Is Twitch going to be happy? I wonder why Twitch kicked me out. I'm not actually getting anything transmitted. Okay, looks like Twitch is now accepting me again. I don't know why, it just dropped me, and it looks like I'm now broadcasting okay. 0 drop frames. Sorry about that, guys. Don't know why it did that to me, I think about 3 or 4 times last night. May have to try a different server if that... It's going to continue to do it. So hopefully everybody will have me back shortly. Just checking my own preview restarts. Mind, that probably means I'm going to get the adverts as well. I'm sorry about that, guys, if you've got adverts. Oh, I'm back again. Thank you, 3D Block. It even kicks me out of chat, which is real weird. Okay, well, I'm just going to do this little bit of body here. So this is really sort of the chest of the elephant. And the way I kind of work is I'll probably well, I do hop around doing little bits here and there just to sort of establish some of the shapes and colours to help me see everything in relation to one another. I don't tend to start sort of like as some people do in one corner and work the way away from it. I kind of like to see the whole picture in one go. But different people work in different ways. No way's right, no way's wrong. What I find with pyrography is, you know, it's not absolute colours. You see things because of their relative colour to one another. So you see that as a dark shadow because it's darker than this, not that it has to be black. And you know, a shadow might look black in images that you're using for reference, but you don't actually have to make it black. You generally just have to make it perhaps the darkest bit of the image, and so you can adjust for yourself how dark the whole image becomes based on that principle. You know, everything could be really pale as long as your shadows are the darkest bit of it. It looks realistic, it looks right. Yeah, okie dokie. So incredible, Fox. If you're still watching, as you can see, I've just sort of done some colouring there. It obviously, well, I'll say obviously, it may not be, but that's nowhere near the final colour I want it to be. This is just kind of like the shadow, if you like, and then what I'm going to do is decide, if you like, how dark I want the elephant skin to be and apply that all over the top. When I apply that all over the top, these areas which are in shadow will get darker. so they'll stay in relation to each other as I apply the overall skin colour, and so this if you like is one way in which I avoid things. Thank you very much for that, incredible fox. I try really hard to do it that way. Partly because the basics is perhaps all that I know really, but I kind of hopefully I understand, because it's relatively fresh to me, the sort of the problems I had with just trying to understand just the basics. But that's 90% of it, is understanding the basics, and then just practicing. And for pyrography, there is a little bit of sort of learning the wood. So every bit of wood you do it has its own quirks. Some areas of wood, for some reason, are really hard to colour, and other areas of wood take colour a lot faster than you're expecting. And so there's a bit of learning every piece of wood as well, which is one thing that keeps it interesting. But it's 11 o'clock in the UK. Unfortunately, despite this amazingly exciting evening, I am getting a little bit tired, and I would rather not make a mistake because I'm tired. So what I am going to do is I'm going to put the pyro tool there and switch it off, so it's back in its holder, so it's safe. They do cool down fairly quickly, but it'll stay uncomfortably hot, shall we say, for about 5 minutes. So there are holders on the side of the machine where, actually I'll just show you guys in case everybody's wondering. There you go. This is a pyrographic machine. This is the machine I'm using. I shall zoom out a little bit. Having said I'm stopping, but I'm stopping doing pyro. So this has got the two pens attached to it. They're plug-in, so I can replace them. I have a number of other pens like this one, which is again for shading, but done on a larger area because it's a larger tool. And I've got some, I've got I think 2 or 3 other pens around. It's plugged into the mains, so we've got a mains power switch here with an LED to tell us when it's on. A heating control tells. No, I don't set the temperature with this, strictly speaking. I set how much current flow is sent to the tip. The more I send, the hotter it gets. So I'm not directly setting the temperature. For example, this tip, which is smaller, will get hotter than that one at this temperature, at this setting. So it's relative to the pen. And then this one simply allows me to select which pen it is that I'm working with. And as I mentioned, you can get different pens to do different jobs. This one better for writing, this one better for creating large areas of colour and shading them. Anything with red buttons has to be cool. Okay, the switches, but yeah. I prefer blue myself, to be honest. I think blue's my favourite colour. But I do like the primaries and the reddies. Yeah. 3 red buttons, 2 red switches and 1 red knob. But you got shall I switch it on and show you the red LEDs? There you go, red LEDs. So you got 5 bits of red on it. It's got to be even better. Unfortunately, the knob doesn't go up to 11 though. If you catch the reference. But there we go. I'll switch it off again. Yeah. So it has. I really do have to stop. I need to have a drink and have a little bit of a time to calm down before I go to bed. But it has been a really exciting evening. It's been absolutely fantastic. I do want to say thank you to everybody who has donated. That is absolutely wonderful. Thank you. And to all of who has followed the studio, that too is greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. And if you feel like tweeting out to anybody else to come and watch me in the future, I'm not going to argue. Thank you for doing that as well, if you have or if you do. If there is anybody that's watching that's not following and you want to do so, I really do appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter as well. you'll get a tweet when I go live if you want to do that. I don't tweet what I'm having for sandwiches or anything like that, so it's a relatively quiet Twitter stream from me. But as I did mention, I do stream 7 nights a week, 8 p.m. in the UK. That's 1900 hours GMT to make it a bit easier for you. Or if you just want to do a bit of calculations, it's 11 o'clock in the UK now. I started 3 hours ago. So if you subtract 3 hours from whatever it says on your local clock, that's 8 o'clock in the UK. And that's when I'll be streaming tomorrow night, Sunday night, Monday night, and so on. I may well be on tomorrow afternoon. That's not guaranteed. It's really to do with domestic life. I do try and get on from about 3 p.m. That's about 1400 hours in the UK for a couple of hours. But that's unfortunately I can't be any more certain than that. It really is on a daily basis. Is that? And I think if I do come on tomorrow afternoon, I will be making some chains. Or bits of chain. I'm going to practice some weaves. It's a craft I really enjoy. Having just learnt a bit about it, I really do enjoy doing it. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely fantastic to have you around. I really enjoyed myself. I hope you have too. And have a good night, everybody.